is a 2004 Panasonic KX-TG5243, and it's cool. I'm not saying that because this is a Gigarange Supreme model. I'm saying that because it has a lot of cool features for its time. 3 mailboxes, a recording quality mode setting, one of the first models with talking caller ID, and this particular instance is extra special because it came to me with a sample caller IQ ringtone, just like our home phone, the KX-TG5432 did, our old one. This handset has major button issues, but I have managed to get them working for the most part. This handset unfortunately has a broken display, although actually in the video you can see it kind of okay. I got this at Salvation Army in San Rafael. I've gone 2 other times, neither of which had a phone I wanted to get. This time they had this, and I got it. It was only about like $6, so it's not a huge disappointment that we have a broken handset display on this one, headset jack cover missing on this one, and button issues on both of them, because I can easily get a replacement handset, although it would be more than the $6 I paid for this entire set. This also has password-protected mailboxes, and I have always been wondering what the Enter Mailbox Password prompt sounds like.
Enter mailbox password.
Here you go, for anyone wondering, there's your answer. So this is only available on dialing bases. That would be this, the 5240 series. And this is a rare case in the 5.8 era, or the old model number scheme in general, where 0 means 1 handset. So this was a pretty comprehensive series, actually. There was this, the 5240 series, which has an answering system and a keypad on the base. So it's what I call a dialing base. Then there was the 5230, which did not have a keypad on the base. It was this size, but it only actually had the answering system stuff on the top. So basically, it was a full-size base like this, but without the keypad. So that would mean, I believe, this shell starts life as a 5230, and then they cut into it to make the 5240. Oh no, the 5230 is a different shell because it has 4 different locator buttons plus an all button on the bottom here. On this one, it's just like on dialing bases usually, where you press the number. This can only go up to 4 handsets, so 5 for a voice page or 0 for all handsets. And press 0 to just make a call to all of them. And it's actually an amber light. I thought it was going to be red, but actually, I realized a while ago that 2.4s were red when not selectable, 5.8s are amber when not selectable. And this is, in fact, how it is now on today's models, since the 9344, for example, where it can't be changed. This model does not have click contacts. It has press-down contacts. This became pretty rare for Panasonic at around this point and around this time because they mostly have the click contacts. But this has press-down contacts and, extremely rare, a handset retainer. This actually has the one between the contacts, like you sometimes see on brands like VTech and Uniden, but it also has the ones on either side of the contacts, like the KX-TG1052. So as you can see here, this is a KX-TGA, if it'll focus, which it probably won't. It's a KX-TGA 520 handset. So this can be had with the 520 or 523 handsets. As far as I can tell, the 523 handset is exactly the same as the 520, this, but it's just called a 523 and comes with a clock radio charger. So the regular charger is this, and this was used on quite a few 2004 models, and possibly some late 2003s as well. The KX-TG5238, I might have gotten that model number wrong, but it's for 2.4 with the accessibility features, the talking keypad, the talking phone book, the bone conduction earpiece. It has a charger like this. Oh, it probably isn't like this because it's a reversible handset one. And so, yeah, I think that charger is, the inside of it's different, but this outer bit's the same, I bet. That one doesn't, while it's a cradle for the base, so it can do reversible handsets, that particular handset physically can't because of the bone conduction earpiece. I don't know why they didn't redesign the base to support it, but they didn't. Then, there was also the 5210, which does not have the answering system. Oh, wait. Oh, no. I think there was also a 5200 as well. Maybe it could have just been more specific. I know there's the 5200, 5210, 5230, and then this for 5240. Then there's the 6500 and 6502. That is why these handsets have a long handset refer to manual error message programmed into them. So if you try to register this, the 5200 series handset, to the 6500 series, or vice versa, that message displays, because they did not use the same handset for both series. I don't know why, because they could have made them electronic. I mean, they're probably electronically the same, then they just have software differences. But then there's a physical difference that obviously would have meant they wouldn't have been able to brag about it being a two-liner. On the KX-TG5253 handset for the 6500 series, it says two-line, probably right here, and then right here it says Gateway Supreme like it does here. If they just made it so this handset was used for both this and the 6500, then it wouldn't have bragged that it was a two-liner. Or at least they could have had the 650 be the supplied handset and then these be the optional ones. And I mean, we sometimes do see that today, where the optional is sometimes different than the supplied handset, even if it's electronically the same or similar or even better. Now let's dive in to this phone in particular. So like I said, I'm probably going to have to replace this handset here. I was contemplating whether I should replace them both, but I think these buttons are cooperating okay enough that, except the speakerphone button, but it works, just not very well. So let's dive into the features of this phone. For some reason, when you dial on this phone, it does not sound the DTMF tones until the call timer starts. So on the 5.8 model, the call timer does not immediately... Oh, I shouldn't show it on this because of a bad display. So on this one, the call timer does not start for a few seconds. But on this, the key tone, the DTMF tone does not actually play while you're dialing. I wonder if this was somehow derived from the talking keypad models. Some talking keypad phones had it so that it actually replaced the DTMF tones with the spoken audio. Oh yeah, obviously if you're dialing on the non-dialing base of whatever that model I mentioned earlier is, that's how it works. As you can hear, it didn't dial.
60.
So that means by the time it thinks you're done dialing, some audio will be cut off. So this is really not designed for modern VoIP lines, even though some people might have been transitioning to VoIP at the time this model came out. I mean, on real lines, there is like a delay or something when it answers. Or they assume, keeping with the fact that models from this era, if they had an answering system, did not have voicemail options. I guess if they assumed that if you're going to get the one with the answering system, you weren't going to use voicemail. So now, up until late 2012 or early 2013, my aunt and uncle who live close by have had this series, I believe, this or a two-liner. They did not have an answering system on the phone they had after, which was a VTech CS6419-2. Judging by that, I doubt the one they had before, which was this series or the two-liner, had an answering system. So I bet what they had was the 5200 or 5210, whatever that model is here in the US. So that means I have their handsets now. Oh yeah, and this has program and auto as separate buttons. So if you dial here and press program, it just exits. Press auto, and then you can press number to save. If you dial with auto, then the tone sounds straight away. So let's record a test message on this phone. So I believe they had the 5200/5210. Oh no, 5202 or 5212, because it would have been a 2 handset model. Or 3 handset model. So you can hear it's not dialing. So for a second I thought this was in pulse mode, but it's not.
Please leave your message to the tone.
This is a test message on the Panasonic KX-TG5243 bass speakerphone. This is very strange because when you first pick this up, the DTMF tones don't sound on my end, which makes this not work well with certain VoIP systems. If you must, I guess you could just... A workaround I found is if you press hold and then come back on, then the DTMF tones will be forced to play. Now I'm going to pick the handset up. Handset on talk mode. Come on. Come on. This button is not cooperating. And handset on speakerphone mode. The buttons on this particular handset are not cooperating, and on handset 2 it's even worse. The display is busted. Now I'm going to use blind transfer and transfer to handset 2. Oh, nope. Actually, that was registered as handset 3. So a lot of people will, I guess, get the handset numbers mixed up. So I guess handset 2 fell out of use at one point. Maybe its display went bad, so it was decommissioned. And then I guess this whole system was sold about a few weeks ago or so, when this handset's display stopped working. Okay, so let's start over. This is a test message on the Panasonic KX-TG5243 bass speakerphone. Handset on talk mode. And handset on speakerphone mode. The buttons on handset 1 are not cooperating, and the display on handset 3 are not cooperating either. Handset 2 to me, but this was handset 3 when I got it. I'll be fixing the registration in a bit. Second handset on talk mode. Second handset on speakerphone mode. This is the one with a broken display. And that strange behavior happens on the handsets too.
Leave your message to the
This message is to hear what it sounds like to hang up into the bass. Now, let's listen to the message from the bass.
You have 3 new and 65. Press 3 for advanced options. Press 5 to repeat the current message.
Okay, there's me playing around with my thing,
message deleted. Message
I made it so my shared
2
folders can be, but my voicemail and fax stuff is on the Mac
3.
side.
This
So I
is
can
a test
access my
message on the
device.
Panasonic KX-TG5243 bass speakerphone. Handset on talk mode. And handset on speakerphone mode. The buttons on handset 1 are not cooperating, and the display on handset 3 are not cooperating either. Handset 2 to me, but this was handset 3 when I got it. I'll be fixing the registration in a bit. Second handset on
Didn't clip
talk
out
mode.
this time.
Second handset on speakerphone mode. This is the one with a broken display.
Press 4.
This message is to hear what it sounds like to hang up into the bass.
Press
Now let's listen to the test message on the system. This model has a quieter speakerphone than my KX-TG-F970, so while there have been some complaints about the newer Panasonic speakerphones being too quiet or pickup not being good, this seems to have good pickup. This has pretty poor speakerphone volume, apparently. And this was the highest end back in its day, which you'll see once we take a look at some more of its features.
A quick breath.
Oh, see again, I'm going to have to put this on hold, then dial.
This is a testing message. over the lazy dog. 1, 2, 3. 8, 9, 10. Check with this phone testing code line by free PBX.
Okay, get it on speakerphone again. This is not cooperating. There we go.
8, 9, 10. With Tyler phone testing code line powered by free PBX.
Yeah, that is pretty quiet. Now let's compare it to the latest Panasonic phone in the lineup, the KX-TG5243.
This is a testing.
And it's so much better that it even fed back a little bit. Now, let's dive in to the answering system, where this phone has a lot of cool features. So we already taken a look at the mailbox password prompt, but now let's actually take a look at how that works.
Enter mailbox password.
So if you press the mailbox button for a mailbox without a password, so mailbox 1 does not require a password, that's your general mailbox, if you will. And then mailboxes 2 and 3, you can assign passwords to if you want. So let's say someone leaves you confidential messages into your mailboxes. You can set a password for those mailboxes. And then
Enter mailbox password.
you have to enter it to play the message. For this video, I'm using 22 as the mailbox password for mailbox 2. As long as you enter an invalid password, nothing happens, and obviously you don't actually see it on the display.
Mailbox 2. No new messages. All message played back.
So it says, please leave your message. This is now recording into mailbox 2.
And that was on standard recording.
Mailbox 1.
Hello. This is a simulated call.
Oh, actually, this is a good way to test it. So my answering machine detection thing, I sometimes call it answering method detection because obviously it detects the method of answering the call, human versus answering system. So that was recorded from that with standard recording. Now we're going to record a greeting.
Hello. You have reached a 5243. Please leave your message after the tone.
So that was with standard recording mode. Now we're going to change this to enhanced recording mode. This is not one where you use the direct commands. That was not introduced until the 5.5 series, I guess. And it's still old enough to say number of rings. So let's actually set this to, let's leave it on 4 rings since this has talking caller ID. This calls it talk caller ID, which is weird. And we'll leave remote code on 11 for this video. So you can change your password, press up or down to select the mailbox. I have no idea why they do that, because they already have box 2 and box 3 if you go to the play button. And by the way, Phonebook does not have a background to it, which is weird. So you can see box 2, box 3. So, see, I keep going there for menu, and I have to get used to the fact that this one, despite having 3 soft keys, puts OK, select, and save at the right, which is not how it is. It becomes closer to how it is now in 2005. And even the 2006 KX-TG5243 series, which is a modernized version of the 6500 series. Again, that's this model's 2-line equivalent. 2-line version, if you will. Because, I mean, it literally is, because it's the same design, basically. It just doesn't have mailboxes because it has 2 lines. That has the same layout as this. This is very much like the Unit and True series, except no handset renaming and no two-way radio mode. That was exclusive to the 2.4 equivalent to this series, which was the KX-TG2730 and 40. And then there was a cordless for 2770. Let's turn auto talk on, room monitor on, and then you can do the base settings from here as well. This on tone, and then we have flash time and line mode. If this was the 2-liner, up for line 1, down for line 2, I believe. So now let's go in, you can do the tone, not the volume, and then incoming call, that is what's now called interrupt tone. And then it says tone, like that. Let's just keep it on 2. And now room monitor, we'll turn that on. Now, We'll fix registration later. No voice prompt, this is obviously too old to have that. And then the other language is on the middle soft key. So now let's go back to recording mode. That's the setting we're really excited about. So this is kind of how I thought the phrases for talking to Lime on the 9344 could appear. Okay, so if we try to set the mailbox password, I believe up for line 1, down for line 2, because up for mailbox 2, down for mailbox 3. If we try to set this to the same as the remote code, then an error tone sounds, but it does not go beep, 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 beep. So the handset already knows what the passwords and remote code is. So now we're on enhanced recording. Once again, here's the greeting in standard recording mode.
Hello, you have reached a 5243. Please leave your message after the tone.
And here is that message.
Mailbox 1.
Hello, this is a simulated call from Tuckworth Tyler's phone testing cold line.
Now for enhanced recording.
Hello, you have reached a 5243. Please leave your message after the tone. Thank you.
Didn't seem a whole lot different. Are we on enhanced recording? Yes, we are.
Hello.
And it doesn't affect the existing recordings. It only affects how long you can record for. And one thing I've been curious about is, since it decreases recording time in exchange for better recording quality, as you can see here, standard is 16 minutes, enhanced is half that at 8 minutes. I wonder what would happen to anything that made up more than 8 minutes of record time. I'm going to test it out, and I guess I'll do a separate video when I determine how that works. Maybe it has to erase some messages or it won't let you change it. So let's go to, that's on standard recording. Now let's do enhanced recording. As it turns out, and it should be pretty obvious, recording mode, if you change from enhanced to standard, you don't gain more recording time. So the time displayed here is the total allowed recording time capacity of the answering system if you only recorded messages in that mode. So like if all your messages were in enhanced mode, you can have 8 minutes of total recording time. If you were just in standard, you would have 16 minutes. A minute of messages in enhanced recording is the same as 2 minutes in standard recording. So if you filled up with 8 minutes on enhanced recording, that's the same as 16 minutes on standard recording. You won't get any more recording time by going back to 16 minutes because it's based on memory usage, not the number of minutes. So answering system memory is determined by the number of minutes, so up to 16 minutes or 64 total messages, including the greeting, whichever comes first, but the total number of minutes is halved if you're in enhanced recording mode, and obviously it's even more different if you have some messages in standard, some in enhanced. Once again, we don't hear the tones while dialing. Let's hear the ring combination this has. Oh, it didn't work. So the bass came to me on melody 4, and this handset, no, melody 1, and this handset came on melody 3, this one on tone 1. I did do a bass reset to see if that could solve the weird DTMF thing, but I think that's just how this was designed, which is weird. Yeah, it is really bad how that works. And we should get some talking caller ID, or it should be old voice.
Call from line testing.
Let's see if this has the same thing.
Call from line testing.
Oh, I wonder if this is also in the handset. I believe it is in the bass, though, because that's how it usually is.
Hello, this is a simulated call from Techworth Tyler's phone testing cold line.
So that is the audio just as if it were on speakerphone. Now let's play the message back to back.
Hello. This is a simulated call from Techworth Tyler's phone testing cold line.
End of final.
Hello. This is a simulated call from Techworth Tyler's phone testing cold line.
Standard.
Hello. This is a simulated call from Techworth Tyler's phone testing cold line.
Enhanced. And now we'll just listen to it on the speakerphone for comparison.
Hello.
Hello. Please leave your message after the tone.
1 moment, please.
Hello. This is a simulated call from Techworth Tyler's phone testing cold line.
So that's on the speakerphone. Now here's enhanced recording mode.
Mail.
Hello. This is a simulated call from Techworth Tyler's phone testing cold
And
line.
here's standard recording mode.
Hello. This is a simulated call from Techworth Tyler's phone testing cold line.
So there definitely is a difference. Now I'm going to record a live message. I'm going to turn volume down so there's no call screening.
Enter mailbox.
So that does turn call screening off, but then for playback it's just at level 2. So let's use the KX-TG5243 to leave a message into this phone.
Call from main line.
I believe I'm going to replace the 1062 in my setup with this. This is a message on, oh no, let's start on enhanced, on standard recording. So you can actually change the message, the mailbox during a call. That's pretty cool. Oh, we're still doing the message.
Mailbox.
This is a
Please select mailbox.
Okay, we're pressing the wrong button.
Mailbox. End of
Okay, so let's start on standard recording mode. So I press pound and then the mailbox number. And then it says, please leave your message. This is a test message. Oh no, let's try it again, actually.
please leave your message.
This is a test message on standard recording quality into mailbox 2.
Enter mailbox. Mailbox 2 new messages. Enter mailbox. Mailbox 2 no new message.
So it says, please leave your message. This is now
Let's
recording.
delete this one.
This is a test message on...
Okay. Now let's switch this to enhanced. And now we'll call again.
Hello.
Call from main line.
Hello. You have reached the 52 tree. Please leave your message.
Please leave your message.
This is a test message on enhanced recording quality mode into mailbox 2. Now let's play both these messages and we'll see how they compare.
Enter mailbox. Password. Mailbox 2 1 new message.
This is a test message on enhanced recording quality mode into mailbox 2.
End of final message. Mail.
This is a test message on standard recording quality into mailbox 2. This is a test message. This is a test message. This is a test message on enhanced recording. This is a test message on standard.
So it doesn't really make a huge difference. I guess they actually made it better on the 2-line models. and the 6702. So this is definitely not like the True series in terms of recording quality. Okay, now let's fix that registration. So we're going to press menu. If it'll cooperate, yeah, I'm going to be replacing this handset almost certainly. And then we're going to do, so this is my first where it supports deregistration, but uses just pressing the numbers. 002, and that's how the 6502 would do it. Now, I do not have handset 2. So to deregister it, I'm going to press and hold intercom, and then 2. I don't think you can deregister all of them. And you also can't choose which slot you want to register to. So if the handset's off the base, we can do voice paging, but if it's on the base, we can't. Right, I'm still used to pressing start for that. Making a voice announcement to the handset. Oh, wait. Oh, that is working. Okay, that is working. And here's what I was talking about in the line video. If we unplug the line, you'll see that the in-use light turns on. It indicates that the line's in use for a few seconds. Then it detects that there is no line. And let's actually take a look at how phonebook copy on the 5.8 works, since I don't have any personal entries in the phonebook yet. I'm going to do it. I'm going from the bad display handset to the good display handset. So going to do, oh, no, I have to register it first. So I believe it's saying press intercom, press locator on base 3 sec, then press OK. Oh, on base unit, this is saying, I believe. Yes, it is saying on base unit. So this actually fits a lot more information into the display. And it also says, invalid, please register to the base unit. This fits a lot more information. 4 lines plus soft keys and status icons instead of just 3 lines or 2 lines and soft keys plus status items that they normally can display. And this is a fold out display instead of a traditional display because it has soft keys. Okay, if we want, oh, that's audio registration mode this whole time. There. Okay, now it's saying handset registering, and it's actually appearing clear. And the handset number shows up at top right, and if it's deregistered, it shows up as bracket dash bracket. Okay, so let's go here. See, I keep going here for menu, but that's not how it's done. Okay, pound. And now, if we do a single item, let's just do it for the menu here. Enter extension number, and then select the item. And this is how it looks. And then if we do all items, this is how it looks. It scrolls through each item, so that's how that works. And they still call it phone space book on this one. So that is a change between the 6500 and 6700. But the 6700 also does not have a redial button. Instead of a phone book soft key, that's where redial is. And to get the lists, you would press up or down. Oh, no, that's how you do it on that one anyways, because it's a 2-liner, line 1, line 2, and I guess phone book there? I don't know. So the phone book works the same as you'd expect, but there is no ringer ID or light up ID option. And this also has quick call transfer. So if we turn this on, you can do handset to base or 9 for the answering system. And then it says it's on hold. And then it rings with your ringer settings. Let's actually set this up to the tones we want to use. Let's actually take a listen to that caller IQ tone and what the caller IQ stuff says on here. So that is on slot 8. So with caller IQ, through a phone line, it can download up to 2 ringers on slots 8 and 9. So either it did not download to the base for some reason, the base did not use caller IQ tones. I believe some dialing bases do not use caller IQ for tones on the base. Or when I do program mute pound 9000 to reset, it reset that, but it didn't reset everything. So that's what you do if you forget the mailbox passwords. And it does not reboot, so I don't think it does a full reset actually. So you can't enter anything, and just like I showed on the 5583, digits show normally, star is this symbol, and pound is this symbol. And because this has mailboxes, pressing repeat and skip does not start playback on mailbox 1, so you can change the ringtone straight away, and then obviously if this had the tone downloaded, if it supported that, you can do it from there. And this, I believe, is the same navigator key design that they used on some of the 2.4s. 5100, I believe, was out at the same time as this. I guess released before, though. And that had a up, down, left, right navigator key. It did have soft keys. But instead of menu, it said function. So it did have a menu, but it just said function instead. And instead of arrows, it would show the previous and next menu items above and below it. But that's not how it works on this model. And it says talk caller ID instead of talking caller ID. I guess they didn't decide to mash together those words to make it say caller ID. So we'll turn this on this handset, and I guess we'll try to program this one, because through the camera I can see the display enough, but it doesn't really work. So let's turn this mesh delay on. The contrast doesn't do anything. Sometimes taking the battery in and out a few times will fix it, but it's not on this one, unfortunately. Turn room monitor on. So, room monitor, if the handset's on the base, press mute. You can't monitor the base. And then, if we do intercom, redial is a separate button on this one. Pause is a soft key while dialing or entering numbers. So, intercom is going to be one on the left, monitor, base. And that can go on speakerphone. Now, if this is on the base while monitoring, then it stops. And this is the big answer on button. It's not rubber like I thought it was.
Answer set.
Then to erase all messages, you don't press erase twice.
Please select mail.
To record a memo, press memo.
Select mail. Please.
I'm recording into a password-protected mailbox. Anyone who doesn't know the password, you can't play this message. Sorry.
Enter mailbox password.
If the password is turned off, which is done by clearing it, it does not prompt for a
Mailbox
password.
3. No.
Now let's take a look at remote access, which is pretty unique because of the mailboxes. So on the handset, it first asks you to choose a mailbox. Those with new messages flash, and if there are new messages overall, play flashes. So this is actually my first phone where a soft key other than mute or accept on the 463 flashes. And you can see the mailboxes with new messages flash. It's not very attention grabbing since it's not backlit. And nor is this answer light because it's very small. But this is what they use as the overall message indicator, just like, in fact, on my TCM422. So let's put this on 2 rings now. And then we'll call in for remote access.
Hello. You have reached a bit.
Oh, by the way, the pre-recorded greeting does not instruct callers to select a mailbox. So it's just your standard pre-recorded greeting.
Hello. We are not available now. Please leave your name and phone number after the beep. We will return your call.
Okay, so that's the standard greeting. But for callers to know that they can record into multiple mailboxes, otherwise you're just using this as a one mailbox phone unless you're recording messages for yourself, aka memos, you have to instruct callers to press #1 for mailbox 1 or just stay on the line, #2 for mailbox 2, #3 for mailbox 3. So now I'm going to record that as a greeting, and then we'll take a look at remote access, and we'll record into all 3 mailboxes. Hello, you have reached a goose. Please leave your message. For mailbox 1, press #1 or just stay on the line. For mailbox 2, press #2. For mailbox 3, press #3. Thank you.
Hello, you have reached a goose. Please leave your message. For mailbox 1, press #1 or just stay on the line. For mailbox 2, press #2. For mailbox 3, press #3. Thank you.
So this is just going into mailbox 1.
Please leave your message. Please leave your message.
This message is going into mailbox 1.
Please leave your message.
And it even shows on the base display which mailbox is recording a message. This is going into mailbox 2.
Please leave your message.
This message is going into mailbox 3. Now I'm going to enter, oh no, this is going to discard the message. Actually, so first I'm going to enter a mailbox number to force it to save this message.
Please leave your mailbox 1, 2, new messages.
So that's starting on mailbox 1. Let's hear what this menu sounds like. Oh, we have to wait, because it thinks I want to just pause it. So I have to wait for the voice menu to start. Come on.
Press 1 to play back all messages. Press 2 for other functions. Press 1 to play back new. Press 1 to record your message. Press 1 to erase all messages. Press 1 to record your greeting.
So you can do the greeting from here.
Press 1 to play
So
back
change the mailbox, press pound.
Press 2 for functions. Enter mailbox password.
Then you have to enter the password.
Mailbox 2, 3, new messages.
I'm recording to a password-protected mailbox.
And then all the operations are on that mailbox. So if you want to remotely access a mailbox, I believe... Oh no, I think it's if you call and don't select a mailbox, then remote access just does the mailbox, actually select a mailbox. So let's try again and we'll see. Okay, it's because of a busy tone. Now you can see 1 and 3 have new messages. So it does say it's on mailbox 1.
Mailbox 1, 1.
Yeah, so it always starts on mailbox 1.
End of
Now I'm going to press #2.
Enter mailbox password. Mailbox.
Or I can cancel that and go on to a different mailbox.
Mailbox. Mailbox 2, no new messages. Mailbox 3, 1, new message.
So remote access is no different than I showed before. So to erase messages, it sounds like this.
To erase all messages, please select mailbox.
You can't erase all of them at once, but as you can see here, I was able to actually press the button,
to erase all
the
messages,
keys to erase
please
all
select
messages.
mailbox.
So you can select them
3,
with
no
the
messages.
keypad as well.
Mailbox 1, no messages. Enter mailbox. Mailbox.
And it even shows on the base display.
Mailbox. Enter mailbox.
And it even shows on the...
So to pause it, press stop, and then to resume, press the mailbox that's shown here.
Please.
So you can select a mailbox for recording a memo or erasing by pressing a number on the keypad.
To erase all mailbox 3, no messages. To erase, enter mailbox.
So you can select a mailbox for recording a memo or erasing.
So I think the difference actually shows up better on memos. So let's actually do this again. We're going to start out with standard recording mode.
Please.
This is a memo in standard recording mode into mailbox 1. Oh, obviously it's not a play stop button, so that's not going to work even if this weren't a multi-mailbox phone. There.
To erase, please. Please.
This is a memo on enhanced recording mode going into mailbox 1. Now let's compare these two messages.
Mailbox.
This is a memo in standard recording mode into mailbox 1. This is a memo on enhanced recording mode going into mailbox 1. This is a memo.
End of final.
Now the handset does not display the date and time, so we're going to set the date and time now. We'll just set the year and then set it with caller ID. So we're going to call just let it set with caller ID. Battery issues, I guess. These are orange batteries, which is a first. I'm not sure if these are replacements or not. So if we get rid of the missed calls, actually let's take a look off video. So the oldest call this got, when I first got this earlier today, was on November 5th, probably last year, considering this was not there the last two times I looked for phones. There was a Sony 900 megahertz the past two times. That was not there this time. The first time there was a Uniden D1480 and a VTech handset 5.8. This time there was also a KX-TG5243, two KX-TG5243 black handsets, and a VTech CS64X9 charger. So now if the caller list cleared, you can see it's just blank. I don't know why they didn't show a time on this or make this renamable, because again, this was the highest end model back in 2004, 2005. Or maybe the highest end model was the 5583 once that came out. Because, I mean, that has all the features except recording mode and multi-mailboxes, and it has a color display handset. Now, what I have not tried yet is if I can register other handsets to this base. Let's actually try that now. And it won't register, so I believe my theory that back in the 5.8 days the FCC IDs had to match is true. Obviously, this did not have the 5438 FCC ID because this model came before that. That was 2005, this is 2004. But now I'm not sure if it works the other way. I guess I'll test that later. So the FCC ID for the 6500 series was the same as this, and that is how they programmed the wrong handset referred to manual message. Again, I don't know why they didn't make this handset work with it, because it could have functionally been the same, just not bragging that it's a two-line. And I mean, after 2009, they don't even brag that they're two-liners anymore. This is a two-line handset. It doesn't say it's two-line, but I mean, it has physical line buttons. So I mean, there's no need to. It was really just on models of SoftKey that they bragged about it being a two-line. This is the same way. So basically, these both say 5.8 gigahertz on the bottom right. This obviously doesn't say digital because Bigger and Supreme is digital. This handset's the same size as my 2224 handset. I don't think this fits on anything else. This being older than 2006, this has the rounded edge base power cord. It's from 2006 where they switched to the back to the blocky power cord like they had on my 2224 and TCM422, even for newer builds of the 2004-2005 models. Or again, this model may have not been sold in 2006. And then there was also in 2005 a 5471 which looked like this. I forget how that is different than this though. I forgot to show how the Color IQ menu looks when it's active, so let's actually take a look at that. Let's go here. Then it says View Info, and then it shows this. New ringtones for home phone, long distance 3.9 cents a minute. $3.09 a minute, I guess. Worried about losing names and numbers on this phone? Please use OpenLCR as backup. Auto, setup date and time, display weather, forecast, etc. Register at openlcr.com. To erase this message, press menu 7 for yes. If we do that, and then turn Caller IQ off, it says it's off, but nothing goes away. Then you can turn it on, and it turns on. Now, there is no way other than resetting each handset or base to clear Caller IQ data, which is weird. So the way this would work is like a fax or modem, where it uses tones, like fax tones, to send data. So the data is sent to the phone in the form of these tones, and then the phone decodes them. So there's a modem in here that does that. Obviously, there's already a modem for Caller ID, but obviously it's more complex for Caller IQ. I just put this phone in my setup, taking the place of the 1062. Let's take a look at the in-call menu, which is pretty strange. It flashes the item, and it's not showing the Caller IQ option. I wonder why that is. Oh, because it has to be on or not active. Those are the cases when it can dial. And it uses the same phone number that the later 5.8s would use. And it also has call privacy. So you can see the selected item flashes. It doesn't have a cursor. This doesn't have that, apparently. Or you can, of course, just press the number. Or if you're in another area, you're instructed to press pound before pressing yes, and it dials a different number. Let's try again so we can actually hear it. Models before would dial different numbers.